Well, hello and how are ya? I tell you what, I went out to the VA today, out to the Jefferson barracks. Went to the spinal cord clinic today, and I talked to all kinds of people out there. Told them all about my blog. Yes, sir. Told them all about getting on here and checking it out, going through the bowel routine and everything. I'm hoping that they'll jump on that and get some of the newer spinal cord injury fellers to, jump on that and get a chance to see maybe what a bow routine could be like or set up like. It works good for me, and maybe it'll work good for them too. It's been a good 20 years in the making for me, so I figure I'll just pass on what I know as best I can. Yeah, I got down there. I was down there in the physical therapy and everything, and physical therapy, and then the occupational therapist come up and talk to me. And I meant to tell them happy therapist day, but I cannot tell you if that is a factual therapist day because I don't remember where I got the information. Now it was either on Facebook and it was on uh, one of the blogs that I read, and it was more kind of close to April 1st. So it could have been started by a therapist saying that today is Therapist Day, Therapist Month. So maybe that's where it started, or it could be actual. And if it's actual, thank you girls for putting me together. I mean, you are the best. You take care of me out there whenever I come in, and I really appreciate it. Yes, I do. Pretty much anytime I go out to Jefferson Barracks, I'm treated pretty well out there. They know me when I come in the door. I don't even have to tell them who I are. They just recognize the voice and they say, "Oh yeah, I got you. Don't worry about it. I got you. You just go on whenever." And then they come out. The nurses come out of their little cubby holes and stuff and say, "All right, Shenandoah, we're ready for you." Yeah, it was like I didn't even have time to sit down and turn around and talk to anybody or anything. It was like, okay, we're good to go. Drag me in there and do the old blood pressure and all the work up on me and ask me the questions, and then I go off into the other room and they check out for skin breakdown and all that whatnot and everything. I'm not going to mention any names because if I do, then I'll just get in trouble. I'll get people in trouble. You know how that is, but you know who you are. You're the biggest troublemaker out there, and you're always toting me around like a big old sack of taters. And then today you almost sprung load me all over the bed, but that wasn't your fault. That was one of them muscle spasm issues. So you know who you are, and you know that I'm talking to you now. Thank you much for putting up with me. I know you. I know you enjoy. I know you would like to probably slap me around a little bit, but I enjoy being out there so much and having fun with you people. So And then again, there's Mary. I tell you, oh, didn't say that. Did not say that name. You didn't hear it from me. But anyway, my nurse, God bless her soul, she's been out there for quite a while. I thought she was gone, and she thought she was gone too. But that every time you get out, they just keep pulling you back in. That's right. She was out there on Thursdays, and so therefore she got to go ahead and take care of me, and got to do my rundown and ask me the questions and whatnot. And then then I left and went down to ultrasound and got some ultrasounding done, some kidneys and looking at and whatnot there. And then I went on back upstairs, and when I got up there, the vampires were waiting for me. And I was like, "Oh no, not the vampires." And they was like, "Yeah." And then they were training a new guy, and I tell you what, they didn't mean to do it, but I turned out looking like a pin cushion. But that's because of my muscle spasms. Got to get me a drink of the H2O, a little bit of water, you know what I'm saying. Anyway, yes, sir, yes, sir. Anyway, I talked to the PVA rep out there and introduced him to my blog here, and I'm hoping that I'm going to pick up a whole lot more posts. I mean, not posts, but likes and followers on account of you fellers ought to be able to get a little bit out of what I'm talking about. And besides, you might be amused with some of my stories that I've previously talked about. I do get into some situations. That's me. It's not all at once, but there are different ones out there, and you'll hear them if you check out the blog. Yes, sir. That's hello and how are you? And then if you go on over to my Facebook page, I got another Facebook page. It's called Hello and How Are Ya, and that's YA, but no exclamation point on the Facebook page, on account of, I just didn't put it in there because they don't like that sort of thing. So no exclamation point. But that being said, you can go over there and you can find all my blogs are all in order. And if there's any questions that you have for me, you just ask away, because I'm more than happy to answer. So far, I haven't been getting a whole lot of questions asked, but the more people that get involved in watching, the more questions will come up, and the more topics I'll have and be able to answer questions for you. Because you can't just go out there and do it all on you can't do it all on your own. I mean, I know there are those people that like to think you can do it on your own, and you can. But now in this situation that you're in now, it might be a bit harder to do it on your own. And I hate that. I hate the fact that I can't do it on my own, but you just have to have help sometimes, and it doesn't hurt to ask. If you're really nice about things, people will bend over backwards to help you. I have a tendency to go out in my neighborhood, and I talk to the people in my neighborhood. And I'll even go out as far as down there at the Katy Trail, and when it's time for me to take my meds and stuff like that, I'll just roll on up next to somebody and I'll say, "Hey, would you do me a favor?" And pour this medicine bottle pull that medicine bottle off the back of my chair there, and pour it down my throat, because I appreciate it, because that's my 3 o'clock meds. It's going to keep me in the chair, I do believe. But anyway, yeah, I just filled my mouth up with this water here on my shoulder, and once I've filled my mouth up with that, then I just tilt my head back, let them pour them meds right down on in there. All at times, if it's my 3 o'clocks and there's 9 pills in that one, 9 pills in my 3 o'clock meds. So if I just tilt my head back, as soon as they hit the back of my throat, I swallow, and no choking, no nothing. Matter of fact, I'll take meds in bed, and so many people can't understand how I do it, but it's just done. It's a simple thing. You just get used to it, and once you get used to it, well, there you have it. What was I going to say? I don't think I ever done straw etiquette, flex straw etiquette 101, but one of these days I'll have to go ahead and do some flex straw etiquette 101 for you. It's back in the good old days when they had cups that did not have lids on them, and you'd go to the hospital, and they were bound and determined to spill water on you. They'd have that flex straw, and they'd set that cup over to you, but then they'd tilt the cup over enough to get the straw to your mouth, and when they did, they'd spill that water out on you. Well, I tell you what you can do is you can take your flex straw and go ahead and bend it like such, as though if they were going to stick it in the glass the long way. But what you do is you tell them, "Hey, wait a minute, put that long end of that straw in my mouth." And then the short end of it, where it's bent, you just shove the short end into the cup. And then they don't have to tilt the cup, because you got a longer distance of that straw all the way over to your mouth, and then there you go. You can take your drink there, and by the time you get down to the tip of your short straw, whenever you turn that straw back around and put the long end into the cup, why, you can tip that cup as far as you want to tip it, and you still won't spill it upon yourself. That's just straw etiquette 101 for flex straw. Sorry, I keep getting that mixed up. Got to say flex straw because in the also another thing about flex straw etiquette 101 is when you're drinking your coffee or your a glass of water or something. Well, just remember that whenever you're having your person that's assisting you tilt that glass, have them tilted away from you, and then that way your straw will go right into the opposite corner, and they don't have to pinch on your straw and control it. You know, it just goes in the opposite corner of the glass, and since how it's tilted away from you, all of your excess drink is going into that corner anyway, and so there you go. You're covered. There we go, flex straw etiquette 101. There's also a bunch of other things that I've gotten my 101s on, but I haven't gotten them out there yet. You know what? I am going to set up myself a web page so that I don't have to worry about Facebook, because you know every time somebody wants to do anything, they want to do a lot of places you can't go to Facebook at work and whatever, but you can go to whatchamacallits, shoot, what is the thing called? I've got a book around here somewhere. It's called How to Build a Web Page for Dummies. It's like a DOS for Dummies, but this is how to set up a web page for dummies. I'm so dumb I can't even figure out where the book went. Not only that, I can't even figure out how to open it, because ever since I've had it, I think I folded the cover back one time, and that's about as far as I got. One of these days, I'm just going to have to sit down and open that book, crack the pages, and start reading, figure out how to do it, and set myself up a website so that this blog can be promoted a little bit better, and that way I'll be able to possibly afford to run into the longer time, because you know Facebook will only let you upload something that's only like 15 to 20 minutes long, so therefore that's why these blogs are only about 15 minutes long. And you know, after a while I get tired of talking. Well, I don't ever get tired of talking, but I'll claim that I get tired of talking. Anybody who knows me knows better. And if you therapists and nurses and everybody are watching today, well, I guess you'll know you know me. You'll know that just don't never happen. I never run out of anything to say. You know what I mean? Yeah, when I got back, I didn't do much today. I was just feeling so high temper. My temperature was up, elevated temperature, and I don't know if that had anything to do with the being out at the VA or anything. My blood pressure's not up or anything, and I don't have a headache or sore throat or nothing like that, so it's not like I picked up anything while I was out there. It just my temperature was running high. I was running a 99.3, and that's not right for me. Usually my temperature runs around 96.8, you know, right in there, which old school was 98.6, and I always ran backwards from that 96.8. But when I get up there in the 90s, that to me is like a major fever. But apparently it's went down. I think it went down. I feel a lot better. I had both doors open in the house, creating a draft to come through, because well, the weather was starting to turn on us out there. Now I do live in St. Charles out here in near St. Louis, but I'm more north of where that storm was rolling through. So y'all don't worry about that. I ain't gonna blow away tonight, that's for sure. You know, Hey, you know what? Looks like my time is up. So this is Shenandoah Briscoe saying hello and how are you? God loves you and so do I. So we'll check you tomorrow. We'll catch you on the flip flop. Be blessed and have a great day.